Welcome to this week's Talks with Jake, in which we ponder, what does it mean to be a man? Now, as a guy, this is something I've given a lot of thought to. In our culture, there's about 1 billion different ways that we describe being a man. We sum up masculinity. Is it how much money you make? The figure in your bank account? What you own, what you do for a living. Is it something respectable, or is it something that is only important to you? And whether that matters. Can being a man be summed up by how strong you are, how fast you can run, how much meat you eat, how many animals you've killed? Maybe it's just doing whatever you dang well please. What do you do with your free time? You shoot guns? Maybe you ride a skateboard. You drink beer, or do you drink wine? And what does that say about you? I find at the end of the day, when we're pondering things like this, it all kind of comes down to, what does everybody else think? No matter what you do with your free time, what you do for a living, how much money you have, how does it compare to what everybody else is doing? Because that's the standard. But then who decides that? Right? I mean, as much as it feels like it, sometimes there's actually not an all-knowing committee of people sitting around going, well, I think the standard for manliness this year will be how much beer you can drink and how many deer you shot. And did you eat those deer? Well, we'll have to factor that into the equation. Maybe it's not the money you've made or what you did to make the money, but that whatever you found to do with your hands, you did it to the best of your ability. And you worked as hard as you could to achieve that goal, whatever that goal was. Maybe it's not how many guns you've shot, how many animals you've killed, but why did you pull the trigger? How many friends do you have? What kind of people are they? What have they done? Maybe that's less important than what kind of impact you've had on their lives. What kind of trail have you left? Now I don't have the final word on the subject by any means. So I don't think I'm saying that, but in my personal experience, I've come to believe that being a man is less about what everybody else sees and what everybody else thinks you've accomplished, and it's more about what happens on the inside. The accomplishments you've made, the sacrifices you've made, the tough decisions you've had to make when nobody else saw them, when nobody else knew. When you let somebody else get credit for something that you knew was entirely yours, but you let it happen anyways because the end result was important enough. I don't think personal gain is as important as building others up, sacrificing something for yourself so that others could have, even though you wouldn't. At the end of the day, what good is having a wall of trophies and monuments to your manly accomplishments if you don't have anybody to share it with? In a world full of people telling you what it is and what it isn't to be a man, what you should and shouldn't do, one of the hardest things to do is to know at the end of the day you made the right choice and follow through with it, even though you have an army of people telling you that that wasn't the right choice. It's a very difficult decision to make, but it's one of the most manly things you can do. I know, I've been rambling and it's been kind of preachy, and I apologize for that. It wasn't meant to be preachy. It's just a crisis I deal with, daily, as I'm sure most other guys do, well into their twilight years of what it is to be a man. And it's not to tell you what it is for yourself. In the end, that's something you have to wrestle with. It's between you, yourself, and God. So thanks for watching this video, taking the time. I know it was a long one. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like this kind of thing. Normally it's a lot more lighthearted, but I do appreciate any support you're willing to give and any comments about any of these subjects. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.